Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Arena. It is the Tuesday edition of the show, and it's another one that promises to be exciting, talking about the best of football, boxing, basketball, and every other sport you can think of. When it comes to The Arena, we'll definitely delve into it as quickly as we can. I'm Samson Oloide, and welcome once again to the show. Now, let's begin with football, because that's the opium of the society, and definitely we'll be starting with the Premier League, where it's all about Manchester City and Crystal Palace, with Manchester City dropping points, 2 points precisely, at Crystal Palace, having been frustrated to a goalless draw. Now, this is a match itself that City were profligate in front of goal and would definitely have themselves to question when it comes to dropping points in the title race. For Liverpool fans, this is a good news for them, as they are now 4 points behind the defending champions with a match still to play at hand, and that's against Arsenal tomorrow. So the match itself, you had Bernardo Silva, a big culprit, having missed a chance with a goal at his Messi. You also had Laporte missing a chance in there, and this is a match that Manchester City would definitely reel their chances, having failed to convert at least one of the numerous chances they had. 18 shots on target precisely from Manchester City, but they couldn't convert one of those. And it was also a match they could also feel like they were a bit unlucky, having hit the woodwork twice, with Kevin De Bruyne also striking the woodwork later on. So for City, 2 points dropped, while for Liverpool, it's good news as the title race heats up, and Crystal Palace are now unbeaten in 5 matches. It just shows you the good work that former Arsenal legend Patrick Vieira is doing at Selhurst Park. But for Manchester City, now this is the first time they failed to score in over 18 games, and you would also take back that run to when they suffered a shock 2-0 loss to the same Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium this season. So out of 6 points, Crystal Palace has been able to get, or were able to get, 4 points off the champions, and that's definitely commendable. It's very difficult for teams to get 4 points off Manchester City, be it home or away, in the course of a season. So you have to give Crystal Palace the kudos. But for Manchester City, it's another points, dropped, or 2 points dropped, and they will definitely reel that, but they still have their destiny in their hands if they're able to beat Liverpool at the Etihad in April, when both sides will square up together. For Liverpool, their destiny is also in their hands, and to definitely start from tomorrow, the rescheduled game away at Arsenal Football Club. That's taking place at the Emirates Stadium. But should Liverpool win all remaining matches, they will be crowned Premier League champions, thereby retaking the title they lost to Manchester City last season. Still talking about action that we saw yesterday, we had one in the Spanish La Liga, and it's Real Madrid who were in action against Real Mallorca. That match ended by 3-0, with Vinicius Jr. opening the scoring, courtesy of a Benzema assist, and Karim Benzema himself got a brace in the match to ensure that he has taken his goal tally to 32 goals this season. And for the Frenchman, this is another, historic performance from him, and he equals his best record at Real Madrid, which is set in the 2011-2012 season, when he scored 32 goals. And considering number of matches still left for Real Madrid to play in the Spanish La Liga, 10 matches precisely, as well as the UEFA Champions League, you can always guarantee that Karim Benzema will definitely extend his record of 32 goals in all competitions for Real Madrid. So this will be the most prolific season of Karim Benzema ever since he joined Real Madrid, and it's just impressive to see when you have players over 30, hitting the twilight of their careers, and they're still able to pull up the strings and pull the chestnut out of fire in terms of heroic performances of feats week in, week out. So Karim Benzema getting the brace for Real Madrid, and the win takes Real Madrid 10 points clear of second place Sevilla when it comes to the Spanish La Liga standings, and they're also 15 points clear of their rivals, talking about Barcelona in third place, as well as the defending champions Atletico Madrid, who are in fourth place. So it's all done and dusted, so to speak, when it comes to the La Liga title race this season. And this will be the first title for Carlo Ancelotti, the coach of Real Madrid. During his first stint in charge of the Los Blancos, he was not able to win the La Liga title when he coached them from 2013 to 2015. But this time around, it seems on course to win his first La Liga title, and what a way it will be to win it. Currently 10 points clear with 10 games to go let's see how Real Madrid are able to sustain the momentum in terms of their title pursuit. Still talking about football, but now we'll be previewing matches that will be taking place today. It's a Tuesday, and you know what it is. It is UEFA Champions League night. It is Champions League football that is back on the screens, and more importantly, it is the decisive second leg of your round of 16 ties. So it means no mistakes can be afforded over the course of 90 minutes. Remember, this season you do not have the away goal rules. So for every tie that finished in the first leg, is still delicately poised when it comes to, you know, the second leg, especially games that ended in a draw. So you have Manchester United as well, you know, playing against Atletico Madrid. That ended 1-1. You expect that that match as well is still delicately poised, and it's anyone's game, you know, in the offing there for Manchester United against Atletico Madrid. It was a match, the reverse fixture, you had Atletico Madrid dominating, played so well. They were deserving of the win, but it had to take Anthony Elanga, the new teenager, on the block at Old Trafford to ensure that Manchester United got a draw from that match itself. And João Felix had already put up, you know, Atletico Madrid ahead in the game. So this time around, the reverse fixture, United will be banking on their impressive win over Spurs, where Cristiano Ronaldo scored a hat-trick to ensure that they get into the quarterfinal. For these teams, quarterfinal spots is what's looming. That's the reward for 90 minutes plus, depending on, you know, the outcome of the match itself. For United, there are no injury worries. You have Ronaldo, back in form, it seems, having scored a hat-trick against a formidable team like Spurs. And you also have the likes of Anthony Elanga, who can come into the mix. Jadon Sancho is now playing like he's back at his best, you know, the same Sancho we saw at Borussia Dortmund. So it seems there's confidence back in this United side, especially in the offensive third. There will be question marks, no doubt, about Marcus Rashford, who has fallen down the pecking order in recent weeks and seems to have struggled to get back to form, having suffered various injury woes. But with Jadon Sancho in the mix, with Ronaldo in there, as I said earlier, Anthony Elanga, United are definitely capable of pulling the win. For Atletico Madrid, there's so much to look forward to. I'm sure João Felix will be the man to look forward to going forward. You have Thomas Lemar in the mix as well. Not forgetting that there's still the Belgian Yannick Carrasco, who can always come in with his dazzling pace and trickery and delicate touch to ensure that something pops up for Diego Simeone's men. It's yet to be seen how they will approach the game. You never can tell which Atletico Madrid will approach this game. Is it the vintage Atletico Madrid that will be defensive-minded, or the ones who will go all out in attack? And I think, considering that there are no away goal rules, Atletico Madrid will want to come out just to attack. Let's see how that pans out. But tonight, it should be interesting at Old Trafford. And let's see who gets the quarterfinal ticket that is at stake. Now, still talking about the UEFA Champions League, you have another match that is also, you know, taking place tonight, and that's between Ajax and Benfica. The first match was a thriller. It ended, you know, in 2-2. That ended, and you had a 4-goal thriller in that one, with Benfica also ruining their chances, having hit the woodwork in that game. So Ajax definitely are at home now and will be banking on their top scorer, Sebastian Haller, to get the goals for them. He has 13 goals this season when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. Scored 12 goals during the group stages, and scored in the first leg of the fixture between Ajax and Benfica. So they'll be banking on the Ivorian to once again lead the charge when it comes to their UEFA Champions League pursuit. It's yet to be seen if they'll be able to replicate the feat that they achieved in 1995 when they defeated AC Milan to win the UEFA Champions League. We had our own Kanu Onwako in that team. We had Finidi George in that team as well. So Nigerians definitely have a place in Ajax history when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. But tonight, it's all about the 90 minutes and possibly plus. And let's see if Sebastian Haller can definitely lead the charge, you know, to victory and quarterfinal tickets, so to speak. Now, let's move away from there and talk about a club owner, Roman Abramovich, has been in the news for the past 2-3 weeks, and that's as a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine and his close ties to the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Remember, the US, the UK, and their allies have placed sanctions on him. And there you can see on your screen, he's a very good friend and a close ally of the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, the latest about Roman Abramovich is not even about the sale of Chelsea, but it's the fact that a BBC investigation has uncovered new evidence that highlights corrupt deals that the Russian participated in, and this has to do with, you know, the oil company he bought from Russia, which is known as Sibneft. He bought it from the Russian government in a rigged auction in 1995. He paid $250 million for the company and sold it back to the Russian government in 2005 for $13 billion. So he bought the company 1995 for $250 million, and within 10 years sold it for $13 billion. Now, Abramovich admitted in a UK court that he made corrupt payments to help get Sibnet off the Sibnet deal off the ground, and this was in a 2012 case where he was sued by his former business associate Boris Berezovsky, and that, I said earlier, is in 2012. Although Abramovich won the case, but he did describe in the court how the original Sibneft auction was rigged in his favor, and how he had to give Mr. Berezovsky $10 million to pay a Kremlin official. That's an official very close to the seat of power when it comes to Moscow. So now these allegations are coming up, and the latest regards the BBC investigation is that there's a BBC panorama which tracked down Russia's former chief prosecutor who investigated the deal in the 1990s, and that's Yuri Skuraftov. And the information is that although the secret documents had to be leaked from the Russian state, he did confirm many details of the Sibneft sale, which included a fraudulent scheme, as well as the documents suggesting that Roman Abramovich was protected by the former Russian president Boris Yeltsin. And even when Vladimir Putin became president in 2000, he still remained close to the inner circle of power in Kremlin. And the document shows so many details, it unravels, I beg your pardon, so many details that has to do with rigged auctions 2 years later, among other things. It also has to do with a certain firm known as Slavneft, among others. And this is definitely not a good time for Roman Abramovich, it must be said. The Russian oligarch has his assets freezed in the UK already by the UK government, and that includes his famous club, Chelsea Football Club, as well as, you know, his mansions in all over, you know, the UK, including his yachts. So it's really turbulent times for the Russian oligarch. There you have his yachts, a super yacht worth hundreds of millions of dollars that has been impounded or seized by, you know, the UK government, as well as his various mansions in the UK as well. Now, the latest revelations from the BBC investigations is yet to be seen what will be made of it, but it's definitely turbulent times for the Russian oligarch.